Hello, I'm maurieos, 2018, Engineering Maths, Tutorial 05. Hello, welcome. Well, in this tutorial 05, we're going to do all the usual things, but we're just going to raise the possibility or just have a quick look at where we're going. Are we heading in the right direction? Are we going where we want to go? These are the questions. So in this session, this is what we will be looking at. How are we going? How are we tracking? And what can we do to make things a little bit different? So let's just head over to the big screen. And straight away here, what we've got is our formidable maths team there, all set up there and ready to serve you and give you the sort of attention you want. The engineering maths team, Joseph, Ken, and myself, all working tirelessly on your behalf to try and get you past this course. I should mention that my Math Lab Global down the bottom there, that's the guru Ken that looks after that, and if you've got any problems there, you can raise them with me, but I will direct you towards Ken. So please, you should all be in there and doing those. Now let's just go over to our tutorial, and here it is here, the civil tutorial, and today we will be we'll just got the old little PowerPoint here that I run through that gives the rundown, the agenda, or lets you know what we're trying to achieve today. So let's just get that going there, and slideshow from the beginning, and there it is. Let's drop that down there, and 2018 Engineering Maths Tutorial 5, and there's my contact details, which I put up every week so that you always know how to contact me, and there's communication can happen in all directions. So we're going to come in today and sign the class register, do this little bit of an introduction, I'll hand back worksheet 3 and quiz 3. Weekly worksheet 4 is due in tomorrow when we have quiz 4, and weekly worksheet 5, of course, is for the coming week for you to work on. So then we'll I think you know what you've got to do before next week, but we'll have a little bit of discussion around that. Then we'll work on some examples, and then I'll give you a little bit of time to get prepared for your lecture at 3 o'clock, the big highlight of the day. So let's just have a quick look through the sort of learning outcomes. So review weekly worksheet 3. If you've got any issues there that you would like to have a look at or discuss that may be useful going forward. And quiz 3, of course, which is related to worksheet 3. Some questions, I'll take some questions on weekly worksheet 4 for a hand-in, and getting ready for quiz 4. And then worksheet 5 will be handed out, and again we may get time just to have a look at some of the things on that. And then that'll give us, towards the end, just before we go, we'll have a look at what to do before next week, which is pretty straightforward, but nonetheless, the opportunity's there. So, changing direction. So what we're going to have a look at Moodle Moments in the lecture this afternoon is you've all been tracking pretty well. Well, you've got 3 quizzes back, and then from those quizzes, you've got a reasonable idea of where you're at and what sort of outcomes you can expect. And I'll talk quite in depth about those in the Moodle Moments. However, you can probably at this point see whether you're tracking to get above or over the pass mark or below. Now, if you're tracking to go above, well, that's all well and good. So you need to maintain that momentum through to the exams, possibly tweak it up a little bit so that you can maybe raise your sights a little bit higher and give yourself a good factor of safety for getting over the line. However, if you're sort of heading down under the line at this point in time, you do need to do a change of direction. You need to change the direction you're heading, because otherwise you're heading for, well, a failure. And failure could mean that, well, you'll have to come back and do maths again, and that you'll have to pay another fee to do that. So that's going to take more time and more money. More of your time and more of your money. You're better to clearly put some more time in now and save yourself a heap of money, which is going to give you more time later on and more money, which, well, it's a win-win really. So you need to just find some extra time to save yourself lots of time and lots of money. But anyway, more about that in the course. Let's get on with the tutorial. So we'll head on over to Moodle now, and there's nothing, not a lot new there. Oops, we've seemed to have ducked right out of it. But here it is here. So that was our tutorial there. Just a reminder, in the electrical tutorial, there's some questions and examples here that Joseph has put up, so we can use some of those examples here as part of our course, and see how we go, and get all that up and running. So there's some good stuff there to be used that we can use there, and the learning. Just quickly, you're actually in functions and graphs, so week 5, which is here. Okay, and that's what we're going to be doing in class, and there's the Moodle moments all in place and ready to go. And then after that, we're going to have 2 weeks of trigonometry, so that will be there, and then into the calculus, which is the one that we've really got to work on, probably new work for some of us. So we really need to have our skills in tip-top order so that we can go into there and hit the ground running. Here's our resources here, Stew Ideals Workshop. I will just draw your attention, we'll be looking at this grade prediction tool in the lecture today. And it's a way of an Excel spreadsheet enables you to fill in your scores that you've achieved so far. Hopefully you've kept a record of those, and then you can sort of get an idea of where you're going. So that's there. There's also a video there if you want to just to check it out in more detail. But I would point out some of these maths little things in here that have been added in here. Some of them are at just a slightly lower level, and as we talked about last week, it might well be a good idea just to get into a level where you can achieve a level of success and then move forward from there into some of the harder stuff if you are encountering problems. So yeah, there's some stuff in there in the how to learn maths. So I think that's pretty much it with up to date with Moodle. So yeah, let's just head back to here and round this up a little bit. So yeah, it's a time to just take stock and just check what you're doing, and if there's a few problems that are arising, well, we've got to address those problems and change direction so that we're targeting a pass It's if you do nothing, nothing will happen. So we do need to do some work on that. So yeah, in the tutorial we'll be basically working through some examples and perhaps looking at some ideas as to how we might be able to successfully share the load a little bit, because all of the worksheet questions are available on the Moodle site in the old exam papers, and there's quite a number of you here, so there's only 10 questions on the sheet, and if you were to perhaps if one person was to do a different question each, and then each pass the information they've gleaned from that on to other students on there, you may well be able to lighten the load and get everyone moving together. And I would point out that one of the best ways to learn something is to try and teach someone else. So if you're all trying to got a question, and then you try and teach someone else and show them that, and then they show you the one that they know, these are good learning strategies that you may find quite helpful, and may lighten the load and the burden that you're with your maths. So something to think about there. So anyway, that's let's get on and do it. Enough talking about it. Get in there and let's get stuck in, and get some maths problems sorted out and some learning done. All good. So let's leave it there, and I'll just get in here and we'll stop recording. All good. Cheers. See you.